This article, written by Russell Humphreys, is about magnetic fields in Italy in the Dolomites. And it was a set of readings that were taken, about 1,000. And these readings were supposedly showing the movement of the magnetic field over several million years. But the readings kind of suggested that the only explanation for the changes in the magnetic field that they found would be to suggest that somehow the Earth had changed its orientation. I won't go into the details of that, you need to read the article. But a much more simple explanation would be to say that these readings are not readings taken over millions of years, but actually readings taken over hours or days, as the one slab of limestone was consolidating itself in a period of time, and that most creationists accept that during the flood year the magnetic field was changing rapidly. In fact, it was going backwards and forwards. That's why you get the north-south pole changes. And this is because of the rapid changes and movements in the mantle. Again, another thing about the creation understanding of the flood year is that the plates were moving very rapidly at some points. And when you started to see these magnetic readings in the context of hours and days rather than millions of years, they made a lot more sense. And I suspect this will be true of a lot of material that geologists will be getting in, which they're trying to interpret in terms of millions of years and finding them quite difficult to interpret, and coming up with ideas which are probably far, far from the truth. But if you understand that a lot of these sedimentary rocks were laid down in 1 year, and that the magnetic field was a field that was undergoing incredible changes during that year because of all the tectonic activity, then I think you will come up with something far more sensible, far more plausible. And again, it's an indication of how the difference between 1 year flood and 500 million years of geological activity makes a very big difference, obviously, in how you interpret the data you're getting. And it looks to me, from what I've studied over 40 years, that the data that geologists are getting makes much more sense from a 1 year flood than it does from 500 million years of slow, gradual processes. And that therefore means the Bible can be trusted. And that's the most important thing. Well, thank you for listening.